Hi guys, it's Corinne, and today I wanted to share with you the mini paper bags that you can get. I'm sure you've seen the ones that come in maybe white glassine type looking bags with chevrons on them. And I used these and did the same thing. I want to show you here. I did little black bags. Now these are cut from the Cameo, but today I'm going to show how you can also cut one out yourself in case you don't have access to get these bags, or if you just want to save some money and do them yourself. So this I cut out of black cardstock and I did white chevrons. And again, I cut all these templates out from the Cameo. So you can cut any template out you want. I did polka dots. I did smaller chevron, and this is just cut out from white cardstock. I did a larger chevron. I did a honeycomb. I did scallops and another chevron. And so I used Versamark on these and embossing powders. So this one here is actually just clear Versamark. Turned out really cute on black cardstock. This I just did Versamark on black paper. So it's got that tone on tone effect, which I love. And then this one is the first one I showed you with the white embossing powder. This here, I don't know if you can see it very well. This is the honeycomb. No, I'm sorry, this is the scallop. Again, I did just Versamark on this one. On this white paper bag here, I cut out of white paper. I used this Stampendous. It's called Pearl Luster Sapphire. This one here I did a chevron, and I just did clear embossing powder. This one I did the honeycomb with just Versamark. Again, another chevron. This is probably my favorite. And then this one here I did with white. This here is one of these bags. So, as you can see. And I did the honeycomb in white. This I did with a red embossing powder that I had in my stash. Again, using these bags here, I did a honeycomb and a chevron. And then using black paper that I cut out, I did these two. This one also I wanted to show you that I used the honeycomb on black paper, and I used the Perfect Pearls by Ranger. And after I brushed it on with the brush that comes with it, I went ahead and sprayed it with water just to set it. So again, I just want to show you, give you the measurements in case you want to make one, and they would turn out to be this size here, I believe. Let me see. No, this size right here. So let me grab my paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this paper to make a pocket. And I also have a little template here. You want to cut a 6 by 4.5 piece of paper. And on the 6-inch side, you want to cut, or excuse me, you want to score at 2 3/4. Then go over to the 5.5 mark and score at 5.5. You want to go ahead and turn it at 90 degrees. On the 4.5-inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch. And these little marks that I did here, we're going to be taking little notches out, just so when it folds up, it folds nicer. And then we'll use our decorative scissors to cut across the top. So again, let me show you here. I want to cut this at 6 by 4.5. And on the 6-inch side, I want to go over to 2 3/4 and score. Again, on the 6-inch side, I'm scoring at 2 3/4 and at 5.5. Okay, then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and on the 4.5 inch, I want to go ahead and score up 1/2 inch, so we're going to score it at the 4 inch. So just to reiterate, on the 6-inch side, we scored at 2 3/4, 5 1/2. We turned it once, and we scored it at 4. Okay, so there's that there. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, and what we want to do is notch out these corners here, but first I'm going to go ahead and cut this part off. So where I'm cutting is you see the 1/2 inch score mark there, and you see that score mark. I'm going to cut this section out here, and I'm going to cut it at an angle so when the pocket folds up, it folds a little bit nicer. I'm cutting it on the white side, so hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, and now I'm going to take out this corner here, again, because this is where we'll be folding it. And I'm going to take out the corner at the top here, so it folds nice. So this is what you should have so far. And that's how it's going to fold. I'm just looking at which is going to be my front and my back side. I think this is going to be my front side. So I'm going to go ahead for my pinking scissors and just cut a little bit off the top here. And I'm going to cut a little bit off this and just curve it just a little slightly at the end. Okay, let me see how it looks before I glue it down. I think I'm going to cut a little bit more off this front part. That way it shows a little bit better once it's folded. You'll see what I mean. Okay, yeah, that way you can see my scissors are not that sharp, so let me just clean it up here with. Okay, that way you can see the back of the bag. So let me just go ahead and add a little bit of glue here to form my pocket. And I'll hold that for a minute till it adheres. And there is your pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and make one here, or emboss one I should say. And you can do the back side if you want, but usually, you know, this will be stuck down in either a scrapbook, a card, my smash book. So I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful, and I appreciate you stopping by.